Alright, y'all, so this is going to be a video game vlog, but it's more specifically going to be a Resident Evil video game vlog, because last night, before I went to bed, or was it this morning? Either way, I was in this bed, and I was looking around, and I see all this Resident Evil 3 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake. Apparently, there is now, somebody leaked some news, and I don't understand what the leak was, but it has something to do with Tumblr. Some news from Capcom Japan got leaked, and apparently Resident Evil 3 remake was popping right now, and that's all. Everybody dick is wet for it, and I'm just sitting there like, my dick ain't. Oh, this dog. Pardon me a minute. I don't even know what's going on with that animal out there. She been weird all week. I don't even know, and it's only Wednesday. But some news got leaked from Capcom Japan that I don't understand it. It was either, like I said, it had to do with Tumblr, Capcom Japan, and Resident Evil 3 remake. Now, where I think I misunderstood was, I think somebody, or I misread that somebody said that Project RE Resistance is actually Resident Evil 3 remake, but I think I might have gotten something, like I misread something, I don't know, but more or less, everybody dick is wet for Resident Evil 3 remake, and my dick, or theoretical dick, or my lady parts, which are not theoretical but actual, nothing on me is wet, just dry all around, and I will tell you why. Because, for me, Resident Evil 3 remake is the answer to a fucking question that nobody asked for. So, and that's kind of how I felt with Resident Evil 2. It's like, why the fuck are they remaking Resident Evil 2? What the fuck do we need a Resident Evil 2 remake for? But apparently, somebody was like, no, we need a Resident Evil 2 remake, cause yeah. And I'm just like, no the fuck we don't. The game is fine the way it is, leave the shit alone. And they were like, no though. But we need it. So it got done. And now they're working on Resident Evil 3. And now I'm just sitting here like, the fuck are we doing? And here's where, okay, let's just leave this for Resident Evil today. I'm not going to talk about anything else today. Honestly, there's nothing really else out to talk about, but whatever. So here's my problem with Resident Evil 2 remake. It was good. I stand by saying it was good. It just wasn't for me. It literally was a game that for me was seriously a fucking question that I did not ask for. And they fucking gave me an answer to a fucking question I didn't ask. But it's like, okay, the things I disagreed with having both campaigns, both Claire and Leon, having to deal with Mr. X. It made sense in the original game that one would have to deal with Birkin while the other had to deal with Mr. X. He wasn't in both games, and I know they shoved him in both games for additional scares and intensity sake, which is fine, but it made no, and then the way they killed Mr. X, like, Birkin just comes up and slashes his ribs or whatever out. I don't remember whose game that was, but it's like, if you're gonna do that, all that for that bullshit, then don't fucking put him in both games. You should have just had him like you had it back in the day, where he's either in Claire or Leon's B game. That just makes better sense. It doesn't make sense that he would be fighting both of them, because the whole object of the original Resident Evil 2 remake was somebody set forth shit in motion for the secondary B scenario to happen. So if a door got unlocked in the A scenario, then that door would be unlocked in the B scenario. Hence, when you had the shutter situation, when you closed the shutters in the original, like in the A game, the shutters when you went down the hallway would be closed in the B game, so you didn't have all these zombies pouring in. Although there did come a point where the shutters would explode and then the zombies would come pouring in. But that's besides the point. It was stuff that happened in the A game was supposed to set forth in motion shit for the B game. They fucked all of that up. It was just like the B game was kind of non-consequential to any fucking thing. And they both ended up fighting Birkin, which you do kind of fight Birkin in the secondary scenario, but like you only fought him a handful of times. One fought him, the person who went first always fought Birkin more than the person who fought him last. I think in the second scenario, you fight him going down to the labs, and you fought him again as the final boss in the end sequence where they're on the train. That made sense. Like, and at that point, you didn't know who they were. Now, granted, there was this stuff where you're fighting Mr. X, and as the last boss, or I should say the next to the last boss, because the last boss is always Birkin on the train. But the next to the last boss in the original, was Mr. X. And then they have, Ada giving Claire in her B scenario the rocket launcher, which doesn't make sense. So I can see where you want to clear that weirdness up, but it was all fucked up, and I don't know why they did that. So that was one issue I had. Then there was the other issue of the whole trying to ship Claire and Leon together. What the fuck? No. That makes no fucking sense. Also, I really didn't like the fact that they made Leon such a sarcastic bastard in this new game. It's like, the reason why Leon got sarcastic is because of all the shit he went through in Resident Evil 2. Like, he was literally the Rodney Dangerfield of horror. Or survival horror. He got no respect, and it was hilarious. And we loved it. And it was great. He comes into this new fucking situation. Oh, I'm just all snarky for no good fucking reason. Stuff like, boy, shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down for somebody pop you one. So, this is the shit that I'm having problems with when it's coming to a Resident Evil 3 remake. They're gonna fuck it up some kind of way. It's gonna be good. Don't get it twisted. It will probably be very, very good. But my argument with this is they're gonna do something stupid. They're gonna fuck up. One of the things I loved about the third game was the decision-making engine, where you had a few seconds to make a choice. Like one of the main choices I remember always, I took this choice every time I got, and then I didn't take it once, and had to fight the same fucking 7-ass hunters 3 fucking times, and I was not amused. I was like, I will never ever go this way ever again. But you have the choice toward the end when you're going to the abandoned umbrella plant. You had the option of knocking Nemesis off this rickety fucking bridge, or you jump off the rickety fucking bridge. Normally, I would knock him off the bridge because it was just easier and made my life easier. I took that one where you jump off the bridge. I went through 7 fucking hunters. 7 of them motherfuckers. And y'all know I don't like hunters. 7 damn hunters 3 fucking times. The same hunters. I think my game, because I got like the very first generation game of when it came out, my game was glitchy as shit. I don't think that was supposed to happen. I don't think those same 7 fucking hunters were supposed to pop up 3 ass times. But my shit, them motherfuckers was popping up like it wasn't nothing. And I had to go through them motherfuckers 3 times, and I was not amused about it. Never went that way ever again. I did this shit once. It was like, fuck that. I ain't going that way ever again as long as I live. And never did. So, but they're going to fuck that up some kind of way. They're either going to make it linear as shit, where you don't have any options. You don't have the choice to take one path or another. And it's just going to be this linear fucking path. And that was part of the fun of the Resident Evil 3 game. Is like, you could just take one way and something might happen that way. Or you could make this other choice and this other whole situation might happen. And it actually determined, the outcome is always the same in Resident Evil 3. Jill gets rescued by Barry at the end. But I don't know. They're gonna do something to fuck that up though. And like they got Carlos. Like I saw some of the pictures. Like Carlos is just looking all cheesy. And and he's probably not gonna have a bad Spanish Latino accent. It's just so much that I'm just skeptical of. Because while it'll be gorgeous, and this is the thing, graphical upgrades are not important to me because, again, 2019, late 2019, getting into 2020, your graphics should be next fucking level unless you are intentionally making stuff look a little more pixelated for like nostalgia's sake, or that's just like how you want to do your game. Graphical upgrades is not, it's a non-issue. think the proper word is a non sequitur. It's just a non-issue. It's like, I expect your graphics to look top notch. That's bullshit. Don't come to me and be like, oh, well, our graphics look whoop-de-fucking do. You and every other motherfucker on the block. Graphics is it should not be an issue at this stage. So let's keep the graphics out of the shit. So my thing is, first of all, stop. Let's be honest. Remakes are a cash grab. And I am rather disgusted that people are all excited for a fucking cash grab, because they know your kids are good. And my thing is this, they like the fans will be like, oh well, Capcom's the only game people that are listening to the fans, and they're listening to us, and it's like, yeah, if they're listening to you, why don't you fucking ask for something that means a shit? Asking for a cash grab is a no-brainer. Of course they're gonna do something that they know hands down you're gonna fucking buy. The reason why Resident Evil 7 came up the way it did is because people were pissed about Resident Evil 6. I was kind of pissed about 5. 6 was alright at best, but people were pissed at Resident Evil 6, and they realized they had to pull their shit together. Instead of begging for like a cash grab situation, why don't you ask Capcom with all sincerity, I don't want a Resident Evil 3 remake. I actually want a new ass Resident fucking Evil 8 or whatever the fuck y'all want to call it, Biohazard 8 or whatever. I want a new one of those. I want new IP, not rehashing old fucking stories, and they're gonna fuck up the canon like they did with Resident Evil 2 remake. So look, it's great that they want to, you know, appease their fan base. That's wonderful. I think you should play to your fan base, but the fan base need to start demanding less fucking bullshit and more actual goodness. And like I said, it's not like it can't be done. Is it that Capcom doesn't trust themselves to do an 8 and they just feel like they have to do a remake? I mean, you shouldn't feel like you did a good job with Resident Evil 7. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I liked Resident Evil 7, but I don't know. I really just wish they would stop doing these fucking remakes, because you don't really know what you're doing with your fucking story. Because I still say the whole shipping Claire and Leon together was bullshit. Then the whole thing with the stars, they didn't tell anybody that what had gone down in the woods. Fuck that bullshit. That would have never happened in real life. You lost you lost 99% of the Bravo team. The only person to walk out of the Bravo team was Rebecca. And you lost 2 fucking commanding officers, Wesker and Enrico. And one of the commanding officers was the fucking division leader, Wesker. There's no fucking way in real life. Oh, what happened out there? Like, half your team is dead. Like, what the fuck happened out there? Oh, nothing. We don't fucking know. We were just sitting around with our dicks in our hand. That wouldn't have happened in real life. They would have had to have said something. So, I don't know why they changed that in the Resident Evil 2 remake, too. They were like, they didn't tell anybody what went on out there. There's no fucking way they could have did that in real life, because you lost, at a low, you lost a whole ass team, but then you lose not only just almost a whole ass team, you lost your 2 commanding officers. So I don't know why they did that. I don't know whose goddamn logic they were following, but that was some bullshit right there, and I don't fucking know. But they're gonna fuck up the story. They're gonna have it like Jill is all, I don't even want to know what they're gonna do. And again, this is one of these situations, yeah, I'll watch it. I'm definitely not buying it, because I loved Resident Evil 3. That was the game that scared the shit out of me. I used to have nightmares about Resident Evil 3. That's not going to give me nightmares. Yeah, Nemesis is going to be plodding around and scary, but they're going to do something that I don't agree with. They're going to do a lot of some things I don't agree with, and they're definitely fucking the story up. Even though it's easy, woman trapped in dying city, needing to get out of dying city. So, and I'm sorry, nothing is gonna be is some fuckery is that goddamn hospital, Hunterland. Fuck that place. Them cheat codes never worked on that hospital either. I always had to play with fucking Carlos. no goddamn cheat codes in the middle of fucking Hunterland on some glitchy shit where I never knew if it was going to be hunters or what the fuck was going to be in my face. It was always a fucking crapshoot, and I hated it, but I would play it because the part was good and the end was good. So I would just sit there and fucking suffer and be screaming, but I ain't appreciate them cheat codes not working for Carlos. That was some bullshit right there. But yeah, so yeah, y'all need to start demanding. Like I said, it's good that Capcom's listening, but please stop doing remakes. I really don't want to see a Resident Evil 4 remake. If I see a Resident Evil 4 remake, somebody getting punched, just hardcore, I'm just going to punch right in their stomach. They kind of boom, kind of punch too. Because I don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. It doesn't need to be done. And again, if y'all gonna remake some shit, remake 5 and not fucking kill Wesker. Because I still don't have an answer why that shit was done, but whatever. So, that is all I have, and I'm sorry I was rambling, but I'm saying, though, we really did, it's the answer to a question no motherfucker asked for. Well, a bunch of motherfuckers asked for it, but I ain't asked for it, and I know a handful of other people was like, the fuck, I didn't ask for this. So, whatever. So, later.